a website where memes originate and it's full of pranksters and jokes, has influenced a US politician to go on national television on one of the largest news networks in the world and accuse comedian Sam Hyde, or I shouldn't even say accuse, flat out say he was the perpetrator of a mass shooting. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a horrible tragedy recently, another mass shooting, and I don't want to, I'm not going to cover that story, but the story I'm going to cover has a lot to do with it. Because what did I see when following up on the breaking news about what was happening in Texas at this mass shooting? I saw on CNN a politician, a representative, say that Sam Hyde, the comedian Sam Hyde, was the perpetrator of this mass shooting.
We don't. It was reported to me that he's actually not from this community. Apparently, his name was released as Sam Hyde. That was the name I was given.
Who's telling you that information? Are those officials on the scene?
Yes, these are officials that my staff is communicating with, and that's the information that I've been able to convey. But it's still very limited at this time.
And sure enough, when searching through the Googling this and looking into it, it looks like CNN wasn't the only network to air this statement. Now, CNN themselves did not say it was Sam Hyde. It was a politician. And this brings me to, I'll get more into that, but this brings me to the thought I was having. My God, is 4chan some kind of shadow cabal that's actually running our culture? Now, I think it'd be stupid to say that 4chan is actually controlling the government or politics, but they're okay. Let's jump back in time a little bit, and I'll start leading you into where I'm going with this. You may remember that for a while this meant white power. It actually didn't. In fact, the Anti-Defamation League said it didn't, that it was a hoax perpetrated by 4chan, right? It originated on 4chan, and they told everyone that it was a P and a W and it meant white power. And then we saw a reporter from Fusion accuse Cassandra Fairbanks and Mike Cernovich of making a white power hand gesture, which led to a lawsuit. I don't know where that lawsuit's going, but a lot happened around this idea. When I was in Portland during, it was like an Antifa versus a right kind of event, there was the Patriot Prayer group was organizing a rally. Somebody was walking into the rally and made this hand sign. And some journalist went, "My God, he just flashed a white power hand gesture at us." And I went to the guy, I was like, "Whoa, you thought that was a white power hand gesture?" And he said it was. So I explained to him, I was like, "Well, actually, it's not. It was a hoax. The Anti-Defamation League came out and said that." And then all of a sudden, this journalist just face goes blank and he goes, "Who are you?" And he starts swearing at me, "F you, F off, man, get away from me." And I'm like, okay. So what I'm told is, at this point, we know this doesn't mean white power, that it didn't. But now it does because 4chan appropriated it, and therefore now it's a dog whistle to white supremacists. That was a while ago, okay? And that was crazy. That people actually first fell for the hoax, but then decided afterwards, no, they didn't actually fall for the hoax. No, they're not wrong. It's that 4chan appropriated the symbol, and therefore now it is. My argument against this was, listen, you don't want to let a small community dictate what means what. Because then we saw a hoax where the peace sign, started to mean two genders. And I said, at what point does it stop? If you just say that 4chan is allowed to create whatever cultural norms and whatever cultural ideas they want, and you will adhere to them, they are in charge of you and your culture, essentially. You might not like them. You might not want to believe them. But if you are going to say, well, if they're using it, therefore it is, then they can just decide whatever they want and do it, and you will follow suit. Which leads me to the next story that I didn't really think that I was going to talk about, but apparently, "It's okay to be white" is a racist statement. Another story that you may or may not be familiar with. Another operation, whatever you want to call it, originating from 4chan, where they said to take a white piece of paper and just print in very plain text, "It's okay to be white." And to put them up, put these pieces of paper up on posts and boards, whatever, and that's it. No modifications, no more extreme rhetoric than that. Just simply say it's okay to be white. Because the belief was a statement as innocuous as that would warrant rage from these social justice activists. And guess what? It did. My God, it did. The other day at the Antifa Apocalypse protest where RevCom set up this thing, there were a group of kids walking around with stickers that said, it's okay to be white. And sure enough, someone went up and attacked them. Yes, one of these kids got hit by somebody who was following them around saying that sticker's racist and things like that. And there were some rational people saying, dude, ignore the stickers, who cares? Apparently the phrase, it's okay to be white, was labeled racist by many media outlets, by a lot of activists. Even some activists were saying, it's not okay to be white. Okay, let me just stop right here and say, for one thing, yeah, it's absolutely okay to be white. It's okay to be Latino. It's okay to be Asian. It's okay to be a person. But it's not entirely about the phrase, it's okay to be white. So now I want to talk about, before getting into the Sam Hyde stuff, I'll talk about why this is so strange and a little bit of the meta of what's actually happening. The people who see the it's okay to be white flyer, they don't think it's actually about the statement, it's okay to be white. They think it's about baiting and aggravation and racial division. So at the protest, someone said to me, it doesn't matter what the sticker says. It doesn't matter what the flyers say. They're trying to aggravate. They're trying to create division. It's a symbol of them versus us. So they could write whatever they want on it, so long as it originates from these people, we know it's an attack. That's how they view it. Unfortunately, it ends up being more representative of the phrase, it's okay to be white, to which the hoaxsters, the pranksters can then say, see, apparently it's not okay to be white. There are these flow charts, these memes that show, for the longest time, memes have originated on 4chan, right? There was this post earlier, it was on Reddit, shows that the meta, the origin of so many memes or ideas is 4chan, then it gets put on Reddit, where it gets voted all the way to the top, then 9gag steals it, then Facebook, people on Facebook start sharing it like crazy, and then eventually it goes to die, right? But for the longest time, since the inception of 4chan, we've known that a lot of memes have started there. I could be wrong, so this is not something that I have researched the history of, but Rickrolling, for instance, you can just go to knowyourmeme.com, and you can see that so many of the memes originate with 4chan. And that leads me now to another meme, Sam Hyde. Okay, so a lot of people have been asking me about this. Sam Hyde is a comedian. He's considered a provocateur. They align him with what we colloquially refer to as the right. He had a TV show on Adult Swim that got canceled. He gave a fake TED Talk that was rather funny, but he's considered offensive. And so the meme is, whenever there is a mass shooting, people will share photos of Sam Hyde and say, breaking, the shooter is confirmed to be Sam Hyde. And they'll show pictures of him with a gun or just general pictures of him in general. And then they'll say things like, in all caps, how does he keep getting away with this? Or he must be stopped. Because it's a joke. They know he's not really doing it. But sure enough, not once, but many times, the media has fallen for this hoax. And it's more than that, okay? Because in this instance, CNN, they're not the ones who fell for this hoax by reporting that Sam Hyde was the shooter. A representative, Vicente Gonzalez, said on CNN, live on TV, that the name was released as Sam Hyde. And CNN asked him, how do you know this? Are you speaking with officials? And the representative said, yes, I am speaking with officials, and this is what they are telling me. Okay, so you wanna know why this is so crazy? It's a meme from 4chan, and now you have a US politician confirming to CNN that officials told him this was true, which leads us to one of two conclusions. Either he's lying and he's not actually speaking with officials, or the officials that he's referring to, someone in government, also believe that Sam Hyde perpetrated a mass shooting. Okay, now let's wrap this all together. A website where memes originate, and it's full of pranksters and jokes, has influenced a US politician to go on national television on one of the largest news networks in the world and accuse comedian Sam Hyde, or I shouldn't even say accuse, flat out say he was the perpetrator of a mass shooting. This is where we're at. So that's when I say, is 4chan? How influential are they? I made a video a while ago called 4chan has become too powerful, and it was about the white power symbol. Because the media companies had just decided if 4chan says it's true, it is. But now I'm getting worried because there's a politician on TV repeating the rhetoric of 4chan. Let me go back to those flowcharts, right? When we see that the memes originate on 4chan, I'm wondering how many people in government, how many people who are running companies are now going to believe Sam Hyde is actually the shooter? How many other things has 4chan created that we didn't catch, that politicians are repeating, that media companies are repeating? It's kind of like a saying that when you see one cockroach on your wall, there's actually like 1,000 behind that wall, right? And so if this is the instance in which we noticed a politician wrong and repeating a 4chan meme, what haven't we noticed? And not only that, if Vicente Gonzalez did not go on TV and say this, would he then request some kind of law enforcement search warrant, something against Sam Hyde? Is he going to go behind the scenes and start drafting bills based on his belief that Sam Hyde did this? What other ideas originated on 4chan that are we not paying attention to that politicians might be actually acting on? Hopefully this is the only time a politician has fallen for a hoax, but it's not. And there's going to be more. And I think this shows what 4chan has done. They're showing that there are no experts, that there's just people with egos. They think they're in charge. They think they know what they're talking about, but they're just repeating things they heard from someone else that they don't even know if it's true or not. Now, after saying all this, you might imagine there's some secret cabal of stylish individuals sitting behind their computers going, what hoax should we perpetrate next on the world? How shall we influence politicians? But in reality, as it was described to me, it's a bunch of bored dudes sitting in the computers laughing about jokes and then sharing those jokes with their friends and posting those jokes on Twitter and Facebook, and it just spreads like a virus. I wonder if we'll ever come to a point where we regret the actions that, the hoaxes that have permeated our culture, but I can't say for sure. Immediately following the statement on CNN, journalists caught it. You know, people caught it. I tweeted about it. I said, no, this is not true. Sam Hyde is not the shooter. And I think for the people who perpetrate their hoax, it's fine because they're laughing their asses off. After this was repeated on CNN, I assure you, there's a man in an airport. He's about to board his plane. He looks up at the TV and he sees the representative say, Sam Hyde did this, and he goes, wow. And then they go, boarding group 1, now welcome to board, and he walks on the plane without hearing the truth. Whether or not CNN are the ones who stated this, they broadcast this message, asked the representative to confirm it, which he did. And there are going to be many, many people who are not going to follow up on the corrections, who are not going to go online and Google search Sam Hyde. They're just going to hear it on TV, and they're going to say, isn't that crazy? Then they're going to go tell their friends, who are going to tell their friends. The last thing I want to say, Sam Hyde. He tweeted wondering if he could sue CNN. Well, no, he can't because there's no malintent, right? CNN didn't do anything wrong. It was some representative who said this. But sooner or later, Sam Hyde's going to get in trouble because he's being accused of being every mass shooter. I guarantee you, there are people out there who have seen his picture and have never seen a correction and are probably going, that's the shooter. And they're telling their friends about it. And sooner or later, someday, someone's going to see Sam Hyde and go, oh my God, that's that shooter guy. Well, I don't know for sure, though. Maybe eventually people will catch on to the joke and they'll stop saying it. Or maybe 4chan will continue to show just how gullible everyone really is. If you want to support my work, you can go to timcast.com/donate. Give whatever you'd like or give nothing at all. My videos are always free and available every day at 4 p.m. And stay tuned for more breaking news from around the world. And I guess what I can say is, I don't know, some people are telling me that I ruin the joke when I report the truth. But most people have responded with laughing because, like, yes, there are journalists who catch this. We know it's not true, but I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. And stay tuned for breaking news and live streams from around the world. I'll have another video for you tomorrow at 4 p.m. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you then.